As we approach 3 years since the Tops mass shooting on Buffalo's east side devastated the community, there is an effort to address underlying issues in the city of Buffalo.
To talk more about the third annual Buffalo Black Caucus, right now we are joined by Maston District Councilwoman Zeneta Everhart. Zeneta, thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you, friends, for having me. I appreciate it.
Big day coming up Saturday.
Oh, my goodness, the third. I can't believe we're at 3 years, right? The Buffalo Black Caucus has just grown. It has grown and grown, and that's what we knew would happen. And so, yes, this is the third annual Buffalo Black Caucus happening this Saturday at Canisius University, and we're really excited. It's a day-long event from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. And so, as you know, we started this as a response to 514, right? I wanted to do something that was going to be impactful, but also long-lasting, right? Because a lot of times when we bring in resources on the east side of Buffalo, they're fleeting, right? They're not consistent. And so I wanted to bring in something that would give resources, but we could do this continuously and it would stay forever. And so that is the Buffalo Black Caucus. And, I've worked with so many organizations who helped me put this together. I definitely want to give a shout out to Kelly Galloway from Project Mona's House. She's been my right hand in this. And of course, my own Maston team, right? We worked really, really hard to put this event together, but we're really excited about it.
You're saying that it's growing and growing, and can you speak to that growth? How many more organizations are you getting more supports, maybe from Albany or locally here in City Hall?
Yeah, I definitely want to start, and shout out our sponsors, the Buffalo Bills. They have been a sponsor of the caucus since I started it, since the first one. But, the Sabres Foundation have given Community Health Center of Buffalo, the Oak Room, Dennis Wilson, shout out to him and his team over at the Oak Room. But, of course, all of our elected officials have been a part of this from the beginning, right? Crystal People-Stokes, Tim Kennedy, all of them have. And they've supported this from the beginning. We have, a lot of them on our planning committee, right? Because we want that, right? We want the different sections of the city of Buffalo to play a role in this. And so, just a couple of the organizations participating. I mean, like I said, we have Project Mona's House, but you have Open Buffalo, right? They're going to be doing a panel discussion talking about environmental justice, right? We have a panel talking about real estate and how to buy a home. And so we have representation from Bureau from the city of Buffalo, but we also have MMB Realty, right? And Andrew Juski, and he's going to be there talking about, people buying houses in the community, especially Black and brown people, and the programs that they can take advantage of to help them buy a piece of their city, right? But there's going to be so much more, right? We have a business panel that's going to happen, and it's just so much happening, and one of my favorites is a panel called Hood Tales, right? We're going to be talking from people who were born and raised in the hood, right, on the east side of Buffalo, but talking about their life experience and the amazing things they're doing today, right, and how they've turned, their life circumstances into something amazing and beautiful. And of course, we are going to be talking about 514, and we're going to be addressing gun violence as well with SNUG. And so we have a action-packed day.
You had mentioned, you started this because it's a way of letting the community know that you see them and you hear them. And part of the core of the Buffalo Black Caucus is conversation in itself, right? You mentioned all the different panels. You have quite the lineup of people.
Boy, and there's so much more.
Why do you think open, honest dialogue is so significant?
Well, number one, it breaks down those barriers, right? For me as an elected official, what I've seen over the years is that people feel disconnected from their elected officials because they don't feel like they're being heard, because the resources that they're actually asking for are not available in their neighborhoods, right? They're somewhere up in City Hall or in County Hall or, no, we have to bring those resources directly into community. And that's something that, I did when I was working for then Senator Tim Kennedy, right? My job was to make sure we were in the neighborhoods. And so obviously I brought that into my council office. And of course, that's what we're gonna do with the Buffalo Black Caucus. We're gonna be in your neighborhood providing you with what you said you need. And that's my job as an elected official. That's my number one job, is to give people exactly what they ask for.
Well, we see that you're active in the community, active in City Hall. active on social media, all the
Active
rest
everywhere.
there. Thank you for coming on in to talk about the Buffalo Black Caucus.
Thank you
Again,
for having
happening
me.
Saturday throughout the day.
9 a.m. to 4 p.m.
At
People need to
Canisius
register.
University.
Yes, we would love, if you don't register, just show up, but we would love for people to register. Obviously, we want to make sure we have enough food and things like that, but yes, Canisius University Student Center this Saturday, 9 a.m. 4 p.m.
All right, great. Thank you, Zeneta Everhart.